Let me ask you something honestly. How many bottles are sitting on your bathroom shelf right now? A serum, maybe two. A moisturizer that promised to erase fine lines. A collagen cream with a fancy label that cost you $40, $50, maybe even $80. And here's the part that stings a little. Your skin still does not look the way you want it to. You are not alone in this. In fact, the global skincare industry pulls in over $200 billion every single year, and a massive portion of that money comes from people over 50 who are desperately searching for something that actually works. But here is what almost no dermatologist, no beauty brand, and certainly no influencer on Instagram is going to tell you. The majority of what you put on top of your skin does almost nothing to fix what is happening underneath it. That's right. The real reason your skin is thinning, sagging, losing its glow, and showing lines faster than you want it to, that reason is not on the surface. It is going on deep inside your body, at a cellular level, and no serum in the world can reach it. Today, I am going to show you exactly what that is, why it matters so much after the age of 50, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it starting today. Stay with me through this entire video because what I am about to share in the next few minutes changes the entire way you think about aging skin, and it might just save you hundreds of dollars in the process. Now, before we get into the solution, I want you to understand why the surface approach fails so many people, and this is something that took researchers decades to fully piece together. Your skin has multiple layers. The outermost layer, the one you can touch and see, is called the epidermis. Beneath that is the dermis, and below that is a deeper layer of fat and connective tissue. When you apply a serum or a cream, it mostly sits on or just barely penetrates the outer layer. Even the most advanced formulas with the most expensive technology can only go so far. The real structural work, the collagen production, the elastin fibers that keep skin springy, the hydration held in place by something called hyaluronic acid, all of that happens in the dermis and below. And here is what changes everything as you get older. After around the age of 30, your body starts producing about 1% less collagen every single year. By the time you reach your 50s and 60s, that adds up to a significant loss. Your skin becomes thinner, drier, and less able to bounce back. The fat padding underneath shifts and shrinks. The blood vessels that bring nutrients and oxygen to your skin become less efficient. And none of that responds to what you are rubbing on the outside. So why do companies keep selling serums and creams? Because they work just enough to make you feel like something is happening. A good moisturizer will plump the skin temporarily because it traps water near the surface. A retinol product can stimulate a small amount of collagen just below the surface, which is why dermatologists do actually recommend it. But the kind of deep, structural renewal that makes someone look genuinely younger, more vibrant, and more radiant, that requires something your body has to build from the inside. And this is where most people have a massive blind spot. Think about it this way. Imagine your skin like a mattress. When a mattress is new, it is firm, full, and bouncy. Over time, the springs inside start to weaken, the padding compresses, and no matter how many mattress toppers you put on it, the core structure is still broken. You can make the surface look a little better temporarily, but the real fix requires rebuilding what is underneath. Your skin is the same. And what rebuilds it from the inside is not a miracle pill or a surgery. It is something far more accessible, far more natural, and something that has been studied extensively over the past 2 decades with results that genuinely surprised the scientific community. Let me walk you through what the research actually shows, because this is where it gets fascinating. There is a compound your body produces naturally called collagen peptides. Now, collagen itself is a protein. It is the most abundant protein in your entire body, making up about 30% of all your body's protein. It is the scaffolding that holds your skin together, keeps your joints working smoothly, supports your gut lining, and even contributes to bone strength. When you are young, your body produces it in abundance. But as I mentioned, that production drops as you age, and certain lifestyle factors, stress, poor sleep, sugar consumption, smoking, and even too much sun exposure, accelerate that decline dramatically. Here is where the exciting science comes in. Over the past 20 years, researchers have been studying what happens when people consume hydrolyzed collagen, which is collagen that has been broken down into smaller pieces called peptides so that your body can actually absorb them through the digestive system. And the findings are genuinely remarkable. A study published in the Journal of Drugs and Dermatology found that women who consumed collagen peptides daily for 8 weeks showed a significant improvement in skin elasticity, hydration, and a measurable reduction in the depth of wrinkles compared to those who took a placebo. Another study, published in Skin Pharmacology and Physiology, followed participants over 12 weeks and found that collagen supplementation increased skin density and reduced visible signs of aging in a way that topical products simply did not achieve. What was especially interesting is that the researchers found these collagen peptides did not just float around in the bloodstream. They were actually absorbed and accumulated in the skin, acting as signals that told the body to ramp up its own natural collagen production. So you are not just replacing collagen, you are triggering your body to make more of it on its own. Now here is a question I know you might be asking right now. If collagen supplements are so effective, why have you not heard more about this? Well, the honest answer is that there is not nearly as much money in selling a powder or a capsule as there is in selling a premium branded serum. The markups on topical skincare are extraordinary. A cream that costs $3 to manufacture can sell for $60 or $70 because of branding, packaging, and marketing. Supplements, by contrast, have a much narrower margin. And because supplements are not classified as drugs, companies cannot legally make the same dramatic claims that pharmaceutical companies can. So the information stays quiet, buried in research journals that most people never read, while the beauty industry spends billions keeping your attention focused on the bottle on your shelf. But here is what makes this even more interesting, and this is the part that I really want you to sit with. Collagen is not the only thing your body needs to rebuild skin from the inside. It works best in combination with a few other key nutrients. And when you put all of these together, the results people experience are genuinely different from anything they got from a topical product. Let me walk you through each one. The first is vitamin C. Now I know you have heard of vitamin C 100 times, but here is what most people do not know about it in the context of skin health. Vitamin C is absolutely essential for collagen synthesis. Your body cannot build collagen without it. It acts as a cofactor in the enzymatic reactions that link collagen fibers together and give them their strength. So if you are taking collagen but not getting enough vitamin C, you are essentially buying the raw materials for a house but having no one to put it together. Research shows that vitamin C deficiency can almost completely halt the body's ability to produce new collagen, even when other raw materials are present. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found a direct association between higher vitamin C intake and a reduced appearance of wrinkles and skin dryness in women over 40. Foods like bell peppers, kiwi, citrus, and strawberries are excellent sources, but many people over 50 are consistently coming in below the recommended levels without realizing it. The second nutrient that works hand in hand with collagen is something called hyaluronic acid. And yes, you have seen this on the label of your serum. But again, applied topically, it does not penetrate deeply enough to make a lasting difference. When hyaluronic acid is consumed orally, however, a completely different thing happens. Your gut absorbs the smaller fragments, and these fragments travel through the bloodstream and accumulate in skin tissue, where they act as a sponge, attracting and holding on to water molecules in the deeper layers of your skin. A clinical study published in Nutrition Journal found that oral hyaluronic acid supplementation significantly improved skin moisture and reduced the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles over a 12-week period. The participants who took it daily reported that their skin felt noticeably softer, and observers who did not know who was in the supplement group also rated their skin as looking more youthful. That blind rating is important because it removes bias and shows the change was real and visible to others, not just felt internally. The third key player is zinc. Zinc is a mineral that most people associate with immune health and fighting off colds, but its role in skin regeneration is just as significant. Zinc is involved in cell division and growth, wound healing, and the protection of skin cells from oxidative damage. It also regulates the production of sebum, the natural oil your skin produces, which is why it is often used in treatments for acne, but also plays a role in keeping mature skin balanced and healthy. Low zinc levels have been directly linked to slower skin healing, increased sensitivity, and accelerated visible aging. And here is something that surprises many people. Older adults are among the most commonly zinc-deficient demographic in the United States. The National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey data shows that a significant percentage of adults over 60 are not meeting their daily zinc requirements through diet alone, largely because zinc absorption in the gut becomes less efficient with age. And then there is omega-3 fatty acids, the healthy fats found in fatty fish like salmon and sardines, as well as in flaxseed and walnuts. These fats are structural components of every single cell membrane in your body, including your skin cells. When your cell membranes are rich in omega-3s, they are more flexible, more functional, and better able to hold moisture inside. Research published in the Journal of Lipid Research showed that omega-3 supplementation significantly improved skin barrier function and reduced transepidermal water loss, which is the fancy term for how much moisture your skin loses throughout the day. People with higher omega-3 levels consistently show lower markers of skin inflammation, and chronic low-grade inflammation is now understood to be one of the primary drivers of accelerated skin aging, a process researchers have even given a name: inflammaging. So what does this all look like in practice? How do you actually put this together into something real that you can start doing? This is where I want to get genuinely practical with you. The approach is simpler than you might expect, and it does not require expensive specialty products or a complicated routine. In the morning with your breakfast, a high-quality hydrolyzed marine or bovine collagen peptide powder, somewhere in the range of 10 to 15 grams, mixed into your coffee, tea, or a smoothie. It is flavorless in most forms and dissolves completely. Pair that with your vitamin C, either from a supplement or from a morning meal that includes bell peppers or citrus. Through the day, make sure you are getting adequate omega-3s, either through 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week or through a daily fish oil supplement. In the evening, zinc can be taken with a light meal, and oral hyaluronic acid, which is available in capsule form, can be taken in the morning or evening. Consistency matters far more than timing. One thing I always want to emphasize is that this is not a one-week fix. The research consistently shows that meaningful changes in skin structure take 8 to 12 weeks of consistent supplementation. But here is the beautiful thing. The people who stick with it report that around week 6 to 8, something shifts. Their skin starts looking different to other people, not just feeling different to themselves. Their makeup sits better. Their skin looks more awake in the morning. The creepiness in their neck and décolletage begins to soften. And the foundation they stopped needing as much is maybe the most satisfying part of all. Now, I also want to be honest with you about something that the supplement industry does not always talk about. Not all collagen supplements are equal. There is a significant difference between a cheap gelatin-based collagen and a properly hydrolyzed collagen peptide with verified bioavailability. When shopping, look for products that specify hydrolyzed collagen peptides, have a molecular weight listed between 2,000 and 5,000 Daltons, which indicates proper breakdown for absorption, and ideally carry a third-party certification like NSF or Informed Sport to ensure purity and accurate labeling. Type 1 collagen is the most relevant for skin. Type 2 is more relevant for joints. Type 3 also supports skin and blood vessels. The best products for skin typically contain a combination of types 1 and 3. What I find most powerful about this entire approach is not just the physical results. It is the shift in thinking it creates. When you start understanding that your skin is a living organ that responds to what you feed it, you stop feeling like a victim of aging and start feeling like someone who has real tools to work with. That is an empowering shift. And it is backed by a growing body of legitimate science that the beauty industry would rather you did not pay too close attention to. There is also something important to address here about hydration and sleep that I want to briefly touch on, because these two things work in direct partnership with everything I just described. Dehydration, even mild, chronic dehydration, significantly reduces skin turgor, which is the technical term for how quickly your skin snaps back when you pinch it. Many adults over 50 are consistently mildly dehydrated because the thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive with age. You literally stop feeling as thirsty as you are, aiming for at least 8 glasses of water a day, and more if you are active or in a warm climate, makes a measurable difference in how your skin looks within just a few days. As for sleep, this is when your body releases the highest levels of human growth hormone, which is critical for cellular repair, including skin cell regeneration. Chronically getting less than 7 hours disrupts this cycle profoundly, and no amount of supplement or serum can compensate for the repair work that only happens while you are sleeping. I want to hear from you right now. And I mean this genuinely. Drop a comment below and tell me, how long have you been spending money on topical skincare products? And have you ever tried any of these inside-out approaches? Have you tried collagen supplementation? Or does this feel like new information to you? Your experience could genuinely help someone else watching this video right now who is in the exact same situation you are in or were in. Share this video with someone you know who talks about their skin, a friend, a sister, someone in your life who is frustrated with what is sitting on their bathroom shelf. What you just learned today could genuinely change the way they think about their health and their money. Because at the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. Your skin is not broken. It is not failing you. It is responding exactly the way a living organ responds when it does not have the raw materials it needs to do its job. Give it what it needs from the inside. Be consistent, be patient, and what you will see in the mirror over the next few months is not magic. It is biology, working the way it was always designed to work. Once you finally stop fighting it from the outside and start supporting it from within. Sonnet 4.6 Claude is AI and CA.